You know, guys, I don't know about you, but I had a bit of a rough night last night. You know, I must have did something, or I definitely did something, and it was weird, very weird. You know, some people, when they try and remember something, they put a little string around their finger, piece of string. They tie it around one of their fingers, then they look at it and go, "Oh shit, I got a dog." But that doesn't work with me. No, what works with me to help me remember is a sort of trace it back from the start. And maybe a little word, a weird location that you wouldn't go to a night out in, that you wouldn't end up in a night out. Can I just have one of those locations, please?
A pond.
A pond. A pond. Now you say it, did feel a bit pond-like. I've got this. It all started at the bar. These things always do. I mean, why can't they start at my home or the aquarium? But no, always the bar. There was me. There were three of us here. First one, me. You could call me the humble narrator for this tale. Beside me was my good friend Chris. Now, me and Chris, we go back many years. We've grown up together. We're very good friends. Best way to describe our relationship is parasitic. We need each other to exist. And if we didn't have each other, we wouldn't do things. You know, I wouldn't force him to go out on these stupid adventures. He wouldn't force me to sit and watch his weird version of 12 Angry Men, where he plays all 12 Angry Men. One of them is a dinosaur. He's never seen the film, but I don't have the heart to tell him. It's also parasitic because one day I will suck his blood, like every good parasite. And finally, the third person in this trio was Victoria. Now, I didn't know Victoria. Well, not in the flesh, because I'm going to tell you something. Last night, I had a date. Woo! Thank you for wooing. I had a date. I've spent years trying to have an official proper date, an official proper romance with someone. Most of the time, I've just been trying to get with my other friends, but they all know me. So it all starts fine, and then they know me more, and then they're like, "No, it's not me, it's definitely you. I'm happy with us being friends, but we don't need to be constantly hanging out." So they always end it. I'm still friends with some of them. The conspiracy theorist, but she's dead now. The doll orchestra player, but she's actually now a stripper. Yeah, and there's been many more, but that's all in the past. Because now I got Victoria. She came into the bar, because that's what I wanted to meet. She suggested a restaurant. Let's go to this restaurant. I said, no, we're going to a bar. It's my kind of place. Karaoke night as a bit early this year. No. So she walks into the bar and she looks stunning. She's the kind of person who definitely eats yogurt and uses shampoo. And if you see all those adverts, it's always some lady, blonde hair, or any sort of long hair, shampoo in her hair, spraying it around with the water. You can be radiant like me. Pot of yogurt, probably eaten quite sexually. That's the kind of girl I wanted Victoria to be. And I still think she is. We met online. Now, I'm in with the 21st century now. I'm finally abandoning the bar scene. I'm meeting someone online. Bit risky, I know, but I thought, what's the worst that could happen? She could lie. It turns out she didn't lie about anything. I lied about everything, though. All week I've had to deal with this. That's why I need the microphone. I might start singing in a bit. Anyway, so I lied about everything. Victoria was convinced she was going to see someone with Chris Hemsworth's body and Steve Irwin's, God rest his soul's, face. And there's a reason why I picked those two things. Firstly, she said she likes Australians, so I've picked the two most iconic Australians there. I didn't bring the Vegemite though. And the Chris Hemsworth, the abs, is sort of like, yeah, I'm the dream bod. And the Steve Irwin face is, I'm compassionate for animals and adventurous. A stingray might kill me, but that won't stop me. Funny enough, an animal death is how I actually want to go, but not stingrays, a herd of cattle. Anyway, so she sits down. She sits down. She looks up at me, and she's just like, "Is Ben here?" Well, I'm just like, I don't know what to say. I generally don't know what to say in this, and she clearly thinks I'm not the person she wants to see, but I am the person she's seeing. I couldn't have the heart to tell her, yes, it's me. But luckily, I sort of came up with a safe word. Because just about 2 tables away in the bar, Chris is just sitting there. He's acting as my wingman. And when I mean that, I mean he's just sitting in the wings, hoping for shit to go down. And he might swoop in, like any good bird, and take him. He's already got a girlfriend, but, he wants the side piece. No, we came up with a safe word. If anything went wrong, I would just randomly yell it, and then run away from the date. Not the best way to go, I know, but put the date on pause, Oh, I've got to run off to the men's room, blah, 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 blah. But it wasn't something like that. The phrase was, and I quote, "Ooh, isn't that fish big?" Now I should just say that the bar has no fish. It doesn't serve fish, there's no aquarium. However, I have a pet fish. So literally, next to our table is this, I guess you could call glass vase of just some water and my pet fish called Jerry. He's just in there swimming around. And that was our safe word. If anything went wrong, that was said. So Victoria, she comes back in. She comes in. Radiant, yogurt. Sits down. Looks confused. Who's this gargoyle she's seeing? Where's Chris Hemsworth? Where's Steve Irwin? She says, "Is Ben here?" And I'm just like my head, I want to say, yes, it is him. Look at the person you want to date. But in my body, my down there, it's sort of just like, don't want to ruin it yet. Don't ruin it yet. Don't get hard. Don't ruin it. That's how my dick talks. No. And I'm just sitting there, I'm just going, no, just say the safe word. "Ooh, isn't that fish big?" And I point to the improvised fish tank, and then just scurry away. It turns out that Jerry, my fish, died yesterday. So when I pointed at that fish tank, all Victoria saw, or anyone in the restaurant, pub is a bar, not a restaurant, saw, is just a floating corpse. He's probably sleeping, he's just dead fish. So I run over to Chris in the little wings. I'm like, don't swoop in, it's all going to shit. What do I do? His response was, abandon the date, let me swoop in, I want her. That never works. When he was drunk, I was getting drunk. I literally had a beer while we were literally just standing there because I could not deal with this right now. I needed to take 10 minutes just out of my own date which I organised. And in the corner of my eyeball, I see Victoria look a bit lost and check her phone. Oh. Then she gets up, handbag, hair. The handbag is probably full of yogurt. And then she leaves. She leaves her own date. But this is important. She never officially says it's over. So I'm just like, she's gone for a little break. She's just walked out. She's probably gone for a smoke. Didn't say she smoked on her profile, but the pressure of me leads people to do weird things. So I'm thinking, oh, she's gone for a smoke. She's gone. So me and Chris, nonchalantly, actually no, bloody obviously, just run along the bar and to the window. We just see her. If she turned around, she would see two idiots just staring at her. She never turned around. In fact, she got in her car and drove away. She stood me up. Or did she? Because in my head, this date is not over. It hasn't really even begun. She doesn't even know that she doesn't even know she's seeing me. So I'm like, she's probably gone off. She's probably had an amazing time. Or she's probably gone to get a new fish. She's probably so concerned that Jerry's dead that she will get a new fish. Yeah, that was wrong. She never came back. We waited an hour. I should just say, just a little side note, that while me and Chris were both standing at the window, waving like a pair of children, Victoria, it's me, Steve Irwin, Chris Hemsworth. Good day. As we were doing that, Chris wrote down her license plate, her car, so we knew exactly what she was, just in case she decided to bail. Not in a creepy way. That's what he told me. Not in a creepy way. We're not going to stalk her. We're going to find her because she has a date to be on. Again, not creepy in one bit. Is what I keep telling myself to make sure I can actually tell this story. I find out that Chris wrote down the license plate like 2 hours later. The bar is nearly closed. I'm close to giving up. But I don't give up. I am what they call tenacious. I'm also fucking annoying. I will not give up on anything. I still am trying to get my PPI back. I know it's all over, but still, I want it back. Don't know what it is, but I want it back. Apparently it was taken from me, I want it back. So Chris writes down the number. And we're like, well, that's easy. We just got to find the blue Honda Jazz. It's a weird name for a car when you think about it. Jazz. Anyway, we got to find the blue Honda Jazz. And then, get some jizz in it. Poor joke, I know. So, kind of to 12 o'clock now. After 7 pints of beer, 2 glasses of Merlot, and 1 goulash. These 2 hungry caterpillars, well, grown men in search for a Honda Jazz, went out in search of their prized item. We spent about 2 hours literally wandering every single multi-storey car park in the area. 2 hours of my life. I could have been reading, sleeping, writing a book, reading, learning how to do more things other than read, sleep and write a book, masturbating. I could have been doing all of that. I could have been finding another Veronica, a new day. But no. Every single car park, even the multi-storey ones by the cinema, and that one is 4 floors. 2 drunken idiots are just wandering. Stumbling. Trying to find a blue Honda Jazz. Registration IMP27. 2 other numbers. Been a long night. We were just looking for a blue Honda Jazz. 2 hours, we just wander it up, down. Nothing in sight. But, you know what they say? It's in the last place you look. Because once you've found it, you don't have to look at it. So it would be in the last place you look. But, it's all like, it's in the last place you're expecting it. You find your wedding ring by the garden gnome. Because, maybe he wanted to get married. And have little gnome babies. That's my new idea for IKEA. Baby garden gnome, like a little gnome family. There's probably someone who does gnome weddings out there. They're weird. But anyway, 3 in the morning. We think we find it. We stumble across it. It's a car. Good. Point 1, good. Not a horse, it's a car. It's a private car. So someone actually owns it. Good. Because the last Honda Jazz we found was actually an Uber. That was a weird conversation. I'm now banned from Uber, by the way. My star rating is 0. 0 out of 0. A nuisance. Spoke to me about finding another car. Never used me on my journey. Wasted 20 minutes of my life. Nice friend. I wonder if he has a girlfriend. Maybe I could be his side piece. Yes, Chris, attractive to everybody. And then there's me. That's the lie about his face and body and leg size, personality, likes, dislikes, hair colour, eye colour, where I'm from, my age, my height, my weight. Everything. That's a lie. I am the living embodiment of a lie. Here's not a lie though. 3:30 in the morning. We enter a park. Well, we enter the park. There's only one park. We enter the park. We enter the park. The Colonel James McGuillan Park, named after Colonel James McGuillan, a soldier, a colonel who fought in the war and died. He is dedicated by this lovely statue and a plaque where a teenager once vandalised it with a dick. How disrespectful. Anyway, we wandered in to the grand park, which is dilapidated, awful. Not like the parks here in Edinburgh, they're lovely. Think like the worst thing you could think of. The grass is more mud and dirt rather than green. And we just stumble on, we just try and find our bearings. We try not to whack into any of the statues, because there's more than one statue of Colonel James McGuillan. He did many different poses. Every single one of them has a statue. One of them is him doing this, other one is him doing this, other one is him on a horse, another one with him lying down. It's all a bit weird. We're a bit obsessed with him here in Colonel James McGuillan Town. Even named the whole town after him. Anyway, so me and Chris, we stumble. Well, actually, we sobered up a bit more now, so we're less, stumbling, more drunkenly and stupidly walking with determination. Case in point, I don't know why, but I ended up doing this. I'm guessing, military theme, high knees and all that. Trying not to goose step. I do that for about 10 minutes, just down the park. I think I wake up a few birds. That's good, though. And we reach the pond. The pond is in the direct middle of it all. There was police there as well, hence the music. Don't know if my tape recording will get that, but if they do, good joke. If not, it's an inside joke for all of us. And we reached the pond. The police were there arresting a hoodlum who decided to skinny dip in there. Don't know why would you go in there. I stay away from water anyway. All forms of water in my eyes is just houses with animal shit. Same reason I refuse to go to the beach. Because what do you do in the beach? You go into the water, and what does every child do? They do the face, they do the pooing face, and they've probably done a pee or a poo. I mean, don't lie, you've all probably attempted to pee in the sea. And if you haven't, you will one day. It's nature's toilet, let's embrace it. I just picture there's some fish, fish, they live in ruins, there's fish that live in the Titanic, fish that probably live in Atlantis, if it's real. I picture there's a few fish, it's like a little street. Don't know why fish have civilization like we do, but they're probably quite smart. There's one fish that lives in a house of plastic. There's one fish that lives in a house of human shit. And there's another fish that lives in a house of toxic waste. Now that's a good idea for a book. I should make a note of that. The Three Little Fish. I think the idea's been done before with pigs, but oh well. Okay, so we reached the pond, and I tell Chris about my views of water-based aquatic life and what they do, where they live. And we're on one side of the pond. On the other side, literally more or less directly in front of us, is a blue Honda Jazz. I think we found it. Think. So, well, we run. We run to get it, but first, me and Chris, we have to look at each other and go, do not go into the water. So, normally, if you're running towards something, you run in a straight line, no, it's there, boom. We had to do this. Bit longer, bit more tiring, not great. But we both took separate directions, we both took equally long. But there, once I finally caught up with him, we saw it. The blue Honda Jazz. We checked the license plate. It was exactly the license plate I said earlier, which I can't remember. It was IM something 7, I think. But it was hers. It was Victoria's. The woman who left me on a date. We look around to see where is she. We look in the car, she's not there. We look on top of the car to see if she's lying down, she's not there. We look underneath the car in case she's actually gotten underneath. Surprise, surprise, she's not there, guys. And we're curious now, where's she gone? Why is her doing whatever she's doing in this park more important than her date with me, Chris Hemsworth, Steve Irwin, look-alike? I'm not proud of this next bit. I want to skip through it, but I'm just going to tell you it straight. We hear quacking. We're thinking, it's a duck, it's a bird, it's a plane. No, turns out it was Veronica. Turns out she's into duck noises. Now, where we discovered her, she was in the river. Well, river, I say river, that's what she thought it was. She was in the pond. She was in the pond, pretending to be a duck. Literally, she left her very important, very classy, very highbrow, intelligent date with me at the Duck and Orange. She left that for what? To be a duck in the river. She had it all on, the little duck mask, she made a little makeshift outfit with little flippers, and she's literally just going, quack, quack, Now you're probably thinking, how do I know it's Veronica? Veronica? Victoria. I forgot her name. She's a bitch anyway. Or whatever a female duck is. I want to say mallard. I think that's a type of duck though, isn't it? Oh well, at least they get hunted in Canada. Oh, she just sits there. Like, I know it's her because... I know it's her. I'm leaving you a bit suspensive, but I know it's her because her duck mask left her hair, her radiant shampooed hair, free. And I don't think any ducks look like that. Also, at the bank of the river, a pot of yogurt. So she must have been like, crack, crack. Then got back in the water and started swimming again. I see her. I see her I do's. And I want to just ignore it. I want to film it. I do neither. I just yell, Victoria! She freezes. Well, she's still swimming. She's still quacking. She turns to me, quack! And then she sort of realises the gravity of the situation. She goes red. Never seen a duck go red before. And the kind of thing that now happens in like horror movies starts. This human duck just starts waddling or paddling towards us, and then just emerges on 2 feet towards the sea. There's now this woman as a duck. She's walking there again, being radiant with her hair. And I just want to yell at her. And all I can muster up is, hello, I'm Ben. You're meant to be on a date with me, but, you know, you're a duck. I don't want to be on a date with you. I'm sorry. You're weird. I'm normally the weird one in the relationship. You're stealing my job from me. What am I supposed to do when you're pretending to be a duck? Have a normal, stable job? Be an accountant? Have a child? Will you be duck? No. I'm the weird one in every relationship. It's my life. I got a bit emotional when saying that because I realised what a weirdo I actually am. Veronica didn't respond. So I fed her some bread, which she again took from my hand and went, and I'm just thinking, this is seduction, isn't it? This is now foreplay. And then she continued on her duck way. She just continued on being a duck, swimming, quacking. I walked home, sad, reflecting on my life and how I've made so many bad choices, but I've never dated a duck, and I will stand by that to this very day. Now I am telling them, now I'm going to go, I'm going to tell the press there's a lady who pretends to be a duck. The Sun will have a field day on it. They'll call her Quackers. Thank you very much. I should also just say that was my first standing ovation. So thank you very much, sir. I love you.
That's all right. I love you too, man.
No, thank you all for coming. I am incredibly humbled you all came out for what is my last show of the Fringe.
Aww.
I've been here all week. It's been an amazing week. I would love to thank, the Omni Centre, or Omniverse as they're branded as for this week, for putting up with me, the PBH Free Fringe for giving me the slot. The Free Fringe is still on until the end of the Fringe, so there are tons of free shows. Just grab a wee blue book. I can never say that correctly. Tongue twister that. Wee blue book. Try to say that when you're drunk, it's funnier. Anyway, grab the WBB, which are all the amazing flyers everyone who works with these shows all have, and there are some more free shows. Now, if you like this show, tell your friends. I mean, you can't really go and see it now, but luckily I'm filming this one, so this one will be posted. And I did yesterday too, so tell your friends about me and the Free Fringe, and any kind of show that you see. If you hated the show, well, tell your enemies, because you might want them to suffer through watching this shit. And they might like it. Now, this is a free show, and I keep on saying that. However, I'm from Cornwall. when we say something is free, it doesn't have to be free. If you've ever been to Cornwall, it's free to enter. It does not cost you a thing. It does, however, cost you to leave. So, if you would like to, I have this little hat. It's a hat I've been wearing all week. If you want to put some loose change in it, you are more than welcome to as a little token of gratitude. If not, I'm absolutely fine. I'm happy you've all been here. If you are afraid of coins and cash and I'm now purely cardless, I also have a card reader. If you want to, again, not forcing you. Follow me on the Twitter at BMT Red Improv. That's BMT REDIMPROV. Long title there, but it's on the back of my flyer. Again, I thank you for coming. I'd like to end with this though. Life is weird. Life is bizarre. Life is awkward. But at times we need to embrace the awkwardness, embrace the weirdness, because you never know what kind of weird situation you might end up in. You might end up dating a duck lady. Thank you very much. I've been Ben Trudinick. This has been The Morning After. You've been amazing. Have a lovely rest of the Fringe. Thank you very much, guys.